I got my car back in 2015, and so I've had it for 5, going on 6 years now. It's gotten the job done. It's a Toyota Camry. As they say about Toyotas, they run forever. They don't really fall apart. I've certainly run mine to death. And one of the first things that happened, though, when I had it, I hit a deer. Happens in Minnesota. Happens a lot. Hit a deer, wasn't major damage, but it caused a lot of damage to this side right here. As you can see, this, well, actually, it wasn't even this side that had to get replaced. It was actually this other side. This is a newer headlight that had to get replaced. So, got that fixed. But, had to get a whole new bumper. The bumper kind of fell apart. The bumper replacement was never that great of material. It was pretty prone to fall apart in its own. Not that, you know, cars are all kind of made of this like heavy duty plastic nowadays, but there's just different types of material for the plastic. Whatever the replacement bumper was, it's not the greatest material. It's definitely there to be, you know, used as a replacement, but not really gonna withstand, you know, everything, especially snowbanks. You hit a small snowbank on the side of the road, it's gonna cause a crack, which happened with the new bumper replacement. But no worries, you know, it happens. And then, but eventually that crack begins to form more and more, and then throughout the year, it became huge. Like the bumper was almost, that portion of the bumper was almost completely off. So we were driving down to the Twin Cities the other day, you know, going on the road 70 miles per hour, as that highway all the way to the Twin Cities is. And then suddenly there was kind of a do-do-do-do, kind of hear that. You hear the, you know, tires go up a little bit, like we hit something. I didn't know what we hit, but it felt not too much like damage. I don't know how to explain it, but didn't feel like we were running over metal. It felt like we were running over something quick, but something that was noticeable. And my fiance was like, "Ah, and what was that?" And me, I was pretty calm. I'm used to just running over whatever. And I was like, you know what? I think a piece of the bumper just fell off. And what do you know? That's exactly what happened. And as you can see here, we put some tape on it to keep it together. I pulled over to the nearest city, and I bought some good old duct tape. Duct tape it together. And I got a darker color to kind of match the rest of the darker color. Actually, there's previously some flex tape on here anyway, but that whole portion of the bumper now ripped off. This flex tape wasn't even to support that, the part that fell off. It was actually originally just a little crack here, but there was actually a bigger crack that had formed on this other part of the bumper, which is inevitably the part that fell off. This light somehow managed to stay. This bumper is kind of in 2 parts, so I kind of see why this was able to stay. There was a little more structure around that, so I'm just glad that that's not what we ran over. I initially thought, oh man, we ran that over. I hope nothing went into the tire. But we were all good there. But yeah, we are definitely short a bumper. As you can see here, I kind of did a quick patch job just so we could get to the cities, have the rest of our trip go forward. But now I kind of need it to maybe look a little stylish. I know it looks like crap. It's gonna look like crap. And I will be getting a new car before I be getting a new bumper for this car again. But in the meantime, just for driving around, and just to make it look slightly better, slightly, wouldn't say it's a huge improvement. I'm guessing there's people seeing me on the side of the road now thinking, look at that guy. I have more than enough weird exterior problems with my car. But the thing is, it runs, and it still runs well. And it has definitely saved me money from getting, you know, no need for monthly payments, not too expensive of insurance. It's definitely a car that saves money because there hasn't been any major problems with the engine, like at all. I don't think I've ever had to have the engine really looked at. My dad's a mechanic. The only thing he's ever mentioned was, you know, like the power steering fluid leaks. Not a big deal. I'm naming off all my car details, so I know this kind of throws me under the bus if I ever decide to sell this car. But I'm probably never going to sell the car. If I do, it's going to be for, what, 500 bucks? Like, it's not going to be for a lot. But if anything, I'm going to keep the car, get a different car, and then just keep this one around just in case I ever want to use it to go places, because it still works. It's a good car. But in the meantime, I'm gonna finish patching this up. Thanks for watching.